People be saying like, let's everybody just goon together. No, bro. No, I'm not gonna let you goon together. You're weird, bro. I did not realize how big gooning really was until I got older, bro. Cause back then, you know, I didn't really realize it was a sin. I just knew it felt good, you know. Let me just like, you know, but I didn't really realize how much gooner content that we as a society had not only created but absorbed until I got older and I like found God, bro. You don't really realize that you're in filth until you get clean. You know what I'm saying? You know. And it's just so surprising to me, cause like I really like was exposed to butt booty naked women from music videos at a young age, and harems at a young age, and women acting like whores, not bops, not bops, thoughts, skanks, whores. You're a whore. That's what you are. You're a slut. I gotta use this word so you really understand how bad you are. You're not a bop. You're not a thought. You're a skank. You're a whore. You are a slut. You are a harlot. Alright. Exposed to those at a young age to the point that I thought it was just normal. I thought it was, I didn't really think, it is really hard to explain. I just thought it was like normal, like it was okay, but at the same time, it was not okay for my wife to do. Like, if I met a bop or like, if I met a skink or a thought or a whore, a harlot, I would not marry that. That's what I mean by that. I knew that they existed. I was definitely going to judge them for it. But I wouldn't really be like, actually, yes, I would. Even as a kid, I was still making fun of y'all for being whores, bro. But it wasn't as bad as it is now, I didn't really judge them as bad as I do now, because back then I was like, oh, you're a hoe, like I would only insult them or judge them when they insulted me. But now if I see a hoe, I'm going to look at you in a weird way and keep going with my day and just pray that you find Jesus. Now if you insult me, I'm calling you out on your buffoonery. Alright, I'm calling you out on your buffoonery. You cannot call me broke while you're sitting out here sucking meat for $5. That's not a business mindset, that's a hoe mindset, a skink mindset, a thought mindset, a harlot mindset, a slut mindset. You are a whore. You're not a bop. You're not a thought. You're a whore. Alright, I gotta call y'all by that so y'all really understand, because the word whore holds a lot more weight. I don't care if you're gonna like try to hit me for saying it or whatever. I'm like, if somebody dares to insult me and I know that you've been sleeping around, you are a whore. Like, you're not winning this, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I'd rather stay broke than be a hoe, bro. That goes to the man thoughts too. Y'all are whores. Y'all are not thoughts. You are a man whore, a man harlot. You need to be put down. Y'all gonna end up like Gucci third leg, bro. Filthy, disgusting, whore. All right. We need to start using the word whore again. We need to call them not thought. We need to call them whores, harlots, and skanks, because those words hold a lot more weight. Alright? Not bops. Bops has been normalized. That's disgusting. You are a whore. You are a thought. You are, because thought still holds some weight too. You are a whore. You're a thought. You're a skank. Alright? I'm judging you. All right, buddy. Yeah, and I'm judging you righteously. All right. I'm not going to condemn you to hell for being that, but I definitely am going to call you out on your buffoonery. Do not dare to insult me for things that are out of my control when you chose to be a hoe. All right. I didn't choose it. You chose to be a hoe, though. You filthy thought. You skank. You whore. You harlot. There's a difference between me and you. You chose, I ain't. Nigga. Suck a toe, bro. I hope the next man's butt you eat poops in your mouth, you stinky hoe. But yeah, I've been exposed to so much harlot content that I like, it was just normalized, you know. Until recently, like, I just realized that they're really like trying to force this. They really, not even trying to, they really have been forcing this down our throats. Because like, even as a kid, bro, I was seeing all that. And now, bro, I was just sitting chilling on the bus. Right, I was chilling on the bus. Tell me why, out of nowhere, I get 3 back-to-back-to-back harlot reels. I didn't like them. I didn't even leave a comment. I ignored them, kept pushing, and I still got them. Why is it on my search, when I go to like search for reels, there's always like 3 to 4 different harlot reels? Do you think I want to go and see a hoe? I am a godly man. I'm Christian. I have to follow my Lord's will. Why are you trying to force this harlotry down my throat? Why? Like, it's so bad that people have started to make AI generated gooner pages. It gets to a point, bro. It really does. I think I would respect you more if you goon to My Little Pony, with a banana videos rather than AI generated coin, bro. They're both bad, but like, I feel like one's objectively worse. Anywho's, y'all gotta stop supplying these harlots, bro. Like, y'all gotta stop watching OnlyFans and all that, bro. You know, like, if you want to be a gooner, at least like gooner like pictures. So you can still like take away their like the harlotry supplies, you know, so they aren't really profiting off of your suffering anymore. You know, they aren't profiting off of you, you know, giving into lust anymore, you know. The only people who are like the ones who actually like spend that hard time drawing, like like a Pink Shonen, bro. The funny thing is, like, from what I understand, he didn't even want to go to that route, bro. He wanted to draw just fights, bro, but because he knew it would make the big bucks, he went there. I need to start supporting people like Pink Shonen, bro. Do not, like, stop sitting there gooning, bro. Like, it'd be better if you just didn't goon at all, but like, it's better that you goon at something that actually takes like hard work and time, rather than paying like $5 for a woman's OnlyFans, you know. Or better yet, just goon the pictures rather than the real life people, because that would cut off their supply, you know. You would no longer be supplying them with that money, and it would make them be forced to actually go into real jobs and get a real life, you know. Try to actually seek a job and actually try to live a normal life and stop being a hoe. That has been my TED Talk. Um, no more skanks, no more hoes. For real. Jesus loves you, twin. I love y'all too. That's why I'm trying to get y'all to stop gooning. I'm trying to get these women to stop being hoes, harlots, dots, skanks, whores. I want them to actually be modest, respectful, loving, caring wives, man. You know, a genuine good woman, bro. Rather than being a hoe, bro. Like, the most attractive thing you can do is be a godly woman, bro. I was watching this reel, bro. Like, this was the only reel that I actually liked. There was this woman who looked at this man crazy. She's like, "Do you not fear God?" Like, that's the question she asked. Like, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I was jealous for a bit. that actively caused some jealousy in me. I ain't gonna lie, for a bit, bro. A woman who fears God, like. But yeah, that's been my TED Talk. You know, I feel like I didn't really have to say much after explaining the woman fears God. Stop being harlots, stop being gooners, stop being whores. That's not the end of this TED Talk. Marvel Rivals is a great example of another gooner thing too, bro. Like, excuse me. I sometimes take breaks from Marvel Rivals, not only because it gets me angry, but sometimes because, like, certain characters make me want to goon. Specifically, Emma Frost. And every time I see Hulk, I'm reminded of She-Hulk. So that also contributes. You know, of course I don't give into it, you know. And eventually, after playing a bit, I get too angry to even, like, no, actually, sometimes I get so angry that I want to goon as, like, a get back. So, never mind. But I get so used to, like, seeing it that I'm just, like, kind of just, like, don't feel anything anymore. And I just, like, keep playing the game, you know. But, yeah, Marvel Rivals is also, like, another gooner game that people need to, like, stop, you know. Like, people sitting there, like, saying, let's all goon in peace, man. Like, you should all just goon in peace. Like, no, man. You shouldn't goon at all, buddy. You have a problem. You need to stop it. There's better things you could be doing than gooning. Finding a wife, playing with your friends, spending time with your family, going on long Batman-like main character walks, going on depressing nighttime walks, working out, learning how to cook. You know, if you want to be like a house husband or something, I don't know, or a housewife. Especially, yeah, because, oh my god, but women are like S-tier gooners. They're worse than the men. They need to get those books taken away from them too. I'm not gonna lie to you though. I heard that one of them, no, I heard several of them did it till they were numb. How crazy that is. And now this is coming from a man who, when he was a kid, he did it until like I'm not putting that information out there, actually. Nah, never mind, bro. But yeah, just know I did something that, like, was a lot worse, alright? But doing it till you're numb and then wondering why men can't please you, yeah, you're freaked out, buddy. Alright, put those books away. Go on to, like, a time skip of just non-gooning. You know, see how that heals you. Book talk. The book girls, they need to stop gooning. Women and men in general need to stop gooning. Like, I need to stop absorbing content that encourages people to go into the goon industry. You know, that's what I'm gonna say. The skink, the whore industry, men and women, man whores. Too, man. Y'all could be out here being nice husbands, but you want to sit there thotting around, bro. I once saw this comment saying that, oh, women don't make men whores. Men are the whore makers. No, you're a man whore, buddy. you're a hoe. You're a man hoe. That's nothing to be proud of. You're not a pimp. You're a man whore. You are a male harlot. Get your stuff together. You're a disgrace. I realize. I'd be ready to talk out of turn, bro. I'd be ready to talk out of turn. I'm not trying to go too far, you know, because I'm still trying to sit here and live God's commandments, you know. So I'm not trying to condemn y'all, basically. I'm not trying to get disrespectful here, you know. I'm just trying to tell y'all the truth. Y'all are man-hoes. Y'all are failures. Y'all are gooners. Alright. We're all failures because we all sin, but y'all are disgusting. Alright. I know some of you beat it to lolly. Alright, you're nasty, buddy. You're like 30 years old. Put up the phone, man. Alright. Your time's up. Okay, buddy. Put it down. Go outside, find you a wife. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of do understand why some men are gooners, though. I saw this really majestic 24-year-old. He said that he was a virgin, bro. Which made no sense because I really feel like I'm uglier than him, and I got like 2 bodies under my belt, bro. And I'm not proud of one of those bodies because I wasn't married. That was not my wife. I was just in a really dark spot. One of those bodies, I gave my life to that one, so you know, not too bad. But the other one, yeah, I'm not proud of those. But that man was majestic, 24 years old, making that money, and he's a virgin. I'm not gonna lie, that I was taken aback, bro. I was taken aback. Maybe the women think they're out of his league. That's the only way I could even fathom that. But yeah, it gets really discouraging to go outside and try to do anything when life is seeming very bad, you know. To be honest, I'm not gonna lie, a couple of times I just wanted to go back to gooning because, well, one, life is really hard, you know. Gooning's an escape for some people, man. That's why, you know, some people just do it. Other times, you know, you're just bored, you know, you just gotta let that out, man. You know, you're bored, you don't know what to do, you start gooning. That's why you gotta occupy yourself, you know. Spend time reading the Bible, work out, get hobbies, play the game. And another, I feel like the final one that really like encourages people to gain is like being discouraged to talk to women, or being discouraged to interact with women at all. The internet makes you like them seem like demons. I'm not gonna lie to you. The stories I've heard, things I've seen. If I was ungodly, if I wasn't following Christ, I'd probably start gooning too, bro. But you know, it's tragic for real, bro. Especially hearing seeing a majestic male get called ugly or mid. I just heard a woman say that all women want is like a Henry Cavill, but like the way they were saying it was like they didn't even say it was a Henry Cavill. It showed a picture of Henry Cavill, but like she was like talking like it was like the bare minimum. That man is majestic. What are you talking about? Expect you to look like the perfect man and make like 500K a year. What meat are you smoking? Cause I'm I need to give that to some of my homies. They're addicts. I'm just kidding. But yeah, I get why some of y'all goon, bro. You know, we need to make that clear. I get why some of y'all goon, but it's still bad for you, man. If I could stop gooning, bro, you can stop gooning. Alright, man. It's a sin, dude. You gotta stop it, man. Even if you aren't religious, man, you still can use that time that you goon for better things. Looking for, dare I say it, a J-O-B. Excelling, you know, studying, doing better in school, going out to meet people, maybe get a girl instead of gooning all day. Increase your knowledge on random topics like freaking Doomslayer and Devil May Cry and the Evil Within and Undertale. Point is, you could be doing better things than gooning, man. You really could, man. That's why you need to stop it. That goes for women too. Y'all could be working out, or instead of reading corn books, y'all could actually read books that would make you smarter. Freaking weirdo. I mean, at least you're not a furry, you know, but yeah, I don't care what nobody, yo, I ain't gonna, yeah, like, y'all gotta, like, that's a whole other topic. That's a whole other topic, you know. I'm not doing this. This video is around gooning, the gooners, bro. I need to stop it, man. I need to stop it, bro. That's my main point. You need to stop gooning. You know, you're giving your seed to these women. Who wouldn't even bat an eye to you, man. Not only that, you're paying like $5. Yo, I've seen people pay like $70 for it. It gets to a point, bro. Please. Like, you know that you're really cooked when you start paying for it. That's when you know you're really cooked, bro. So I was trying to think of like something else to say, but I think I've ran out of all my gas. You may be wondering what inspired this video. I'm not gonna lie. I woke up at like 7 p.m. for some reason. I fell asleep at like 5 a.m. Woke up at 7 p.m. Could not go back to sleep. So and now it is 9 a.m. and I wanted to make a video, but I didn't really know what to record. So I just decided, you know, head talk life advice for real, you know. Stop gooning and start calling these harlots what they actually are. Hoes, whores, thoughts, harlots, skanks. They are not bops. Bop, I don't know why y'all try to make being a hoe sound so cool, man. It's not. You're disgusting. I should die. Don't say it. Do not say that. Alright, calm down. Y'all are disgusting and y'all need Jesus. Alright. We're all disgusting. We all need Jesus. Of course, you know, because we all sin, but I'm specifically talking about the gooners today. Y'all are disgusting. Y'all need Jesus. Even if you know you want to rebuke Jesus, you can still do better things than goon. So you shouldn't even be doing it, or you should be cutting down on it. All right. Okay. You should never spend money to goon. No video or picture is worth any money, twin. Unless they're drawing it. But I'm not talking about in like a weird fashion. I'm not talking about in a corn fashion. I'm talking about like in a cool like Goku fighting Vegeta hand-to-hand combat in Super Saiyan 5 versus Super Saiyan Blue Ultra Instinct fashion. That's what I'm talking about by like drawing. I'm not talking about in the other fashion. I think that's it for this video. I'm going to lay down and listen to some word. I wonder what game I'm gonna record for this. I wonder if YouTube will even let me upload this. Is this like too inappropriate? Or is this like, or is it like, they're like, oh, your hate speech against gooners. Oh, hate speech against gooners, man. Oh my goodness. I'm probably gonna record something on Roblox. I want to show off my Sebastian character on Roblox, anyways. This is all gonna be unedited. Like, I'm not cutting anything out. No. Even that. That's another thing. Even I feel like I barely go on iFunny anymore because of all the goon bait on there. I used to be on there because like I would see like Christian posts every now and then, and, like they were like pretty cool, but now it's just like a bunch of goon bait, man. Same thing with Insta, bro. Like if Insta wasn't funny, I delete it too. Alright, see, that's it. Alright, Jesus loves you. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please stop gooning. If you do keep going, at least stop going into real women, because that's going to cut off. Because if you do right, it's going to cut off the supply of whores, and we're going to have a lot less hoes. Right, we're going to have a lot less skanks, a lot less whores, and a lot more wives. Alright, women won't be so ignorant. They won't be so stupid now, talking about freaking 150k a year, white and 5'11". Actually, white isn't really a bad thing, you know. I'm not going to judge you for your preference of, you know, skin color, to be honest, you know. Me personally, I don't really have a preference. Despite what I've told my ex, you know, which is... Despite what I've told my ex, I actually don't really have a preference. As long as they're kind and loving to me, you know, make me feel loved, man. Make me not feel like I'm an ugly bastard, dude. As long as they make me feel cared for, dude, you know. Jeez Louise, I'm not gonna judge you for your preference. I am going to judge you for being a skank. And a hoe. And a whore. Male and female, alright? Gender equality here. Alright, you're not a pimp, you're a hoe. I know women and men who think they're pimps for having so many bodies and so many women. No, you're disgusting. You are a walking science project. All those fluids stay on you and in you. You're nasty. Nobody. You need help. Alright, buddy. You're disgusting. It's like, I'm not gonna lie to you. If it wasn't for the kindness that God has shown me, I would pray that every single one of you would get strike down, because I genuinely have so much rage for some of you that is insane. But I can't let that rage kinship. That's a whole different lesson. That's a whole different lesson where you can't deny your, actually, no, that kind of like stays today, because like gooning is a sin, and you gotta deny that urge to sin and pick up your cross. Just like I gotta not deny my rage and pick up my cross and still wish the best for y'all, and not wish that y'all get struck down, and actually wish that y'all just turn around and find God. Excuse me. And for those who are like too ashamed to come to God, buddy, come as you are. Just don't stay as you are. That's literally what God is. Come as you are, do not stay as you are. Alright. That being said, that's all. Jesus loves you. Sorry for like saying I'm gonna end it like several different times. It's never ended. Have a blessed day. Stop gooning. Come as you are. Do not stay as you are. Pick up that cross and deny yourself the goon, man. And woman. Stop being a hoe. Stop being a skank. Stop being a little horny gooner. You're disgusting, man. You need Jesus. I feel like my legs don't work.